Peptides, today's special. For those of you who won't be up at midnight or won't be available tomorrow, this way you make sure you have an opportunity to take advantage of the best pricing of the year on our collagen peptides. And this year, unlike any prior year, you have two options. You have an option of our marine collagen peptides, which we've always had, highest quality in the world, and our free-range collagen peptides, which are bovine source. Again, it's your choice. The main reason we introduced our free-range collagen peptides is because the marine collagen peptides, the price has been going up astronomically. We've been able to hold price relatively well, but as you can see from the pricing on the screen, the bovine collagen peptides for the same levels are half the price. I love them both, whether you're talking marine collagen peptides or bovine free-range collagen peptides. These are the best materials in the world. Also, the serving size is judged at 5 grams. Many products you'll see out there will be 1 gram, 2 gram, 2.5 grams. So at 5 grams, say, when you're talking about a smaller serving size, you could really multiply that by 5 to understand what 5 grams versus 1 gram might be delivering in terms of serving size. So it's an opportunity to enjoy, whether it be marine collagen peptides or free-range collagen peptides, but do so at our best price of the year. And what are collagen peptides? Why is everyone so excited about collagen peptides? I introduced our marine collagen peptides more than a decade ago. And they were introduced basically because of the abundance of research, the clinical studies that have become basically overwhelming at that point in time, relating to joint function, joint comfort, the quality, the radiance of our skin, benefits in terms of wrinkling of our skin, benefits in terms of the appearance of cellulite, because it goes to the very structure of these tissues in our body. In fact, collagen is the principal protein within our body. But ingesting collagen from food sources is not possible. It's not part of the typical human diet. In fact, the gristle, say if we're having some meat product, the gristle is the collagen peptides. But in that form, they're not absorbable. It's kind of the animal equivalent of fiber. What we've done to the collagen peptides from marine source or our free-range source is we've made them absorbable, and they are clinically proven to be absorbable. And in that way, they play two roles. They obviously play that structural role because the principal protein in our body is collagen peptides, collagen protein. It's the integrating structural protein in our skin. It provides for that structure of our skin that's youthful and radiant when we're young, and challenges due to challenges in the structure of the collagen as we get older. Similarly with our joints, it's again the integrating protein in that unique, elastic, strong tissue of our joints. And both of these sources provide almost identical compositions of amino acids and almost identical molecular weights and almost identical absorbability. So whether you want to enjoy the benefits of marine collagen peptides at a significant expense, although this is by far the best price of the year, or the free-range collagen peptides at half that price, you are looking at the best materials from those two sources available anywhere in the world. And in going about making this product, that's all I sought out to do. Finding the best components from their biochemical standpoint, but also looking at it from the standpoint of how well they mix to make sure that they're highly soluble. You can mix them with water. You can mix them with coffee or tea. I drink them with water, and I put them in at very high concentrations. And there's no taste. They're basically both taste neutral. So you can enjoy them and not worry about some awful taste. They're highly soluble, unlike the typical collagen peptides you're going to find on the market. So again, from both a biochemical, scientific standpoint, but also from an aesthetic, from a taste standpoint, that's not going to interfere with your enjoyment of this product. And again, as I said before, collagen, it is the principal, primary structural protein in our body. It is defining of the structure of not just our skin and our joints, which we love to talk about, but other organ systems and tissues throughout our body. almost without exception. So collagen peptides is something that what's obvious before I was going to speak about is they play a structural role, meaning that when you consume collagen peptides that are absorbable, they are delivering those useful raw materials, those structural components to those tissues. But what's even more unique about these ingredients is they play a secondary role. And it makes sense, this secondary role, because what this secondary role is, that when you deliver an abundance of these molecules, it provides a signaling role. And what do I mean by a signaling role? It gives your body a message that there is an abundance of the raw materials necessary to perform this truly important collagen synthesis. But because those raw materials are now abundant, it gives your body a signaling message to get on about doing it. So it plays both a stimulating role in stimulating benefits to these tissues and also a raw material role to make sure that you have all the structural requirements to do that work. And that's those two benefits, the structural role and the signaling, the stimulating role. That goes for both the marine collagen peptides. It also applies to the free-range collagen peptides. In the future, what we're probably going to do, because we've gotten several requests for this, we're going to do a blended version, probably 6 months down the road, where you could get 50-50 in the same bottle of both marine and your free-range blended together. What I often do at home is I put a scoop of one and a scoop in another, and that's what I do. And again, because our scoop is a 5-gram scoop, it's high potency, you could do half a scoop, and it makes it even more economical, especially when you're talking about today's special pricing. And today's special pricing, the large size today is going to be at 360 servings, 5-gram servings. Remember, if you're comparing it to a 1-gram product, what's 360 times 5? 1,800. So that would be 1,800 1-gram servings. What is that, over 4 years? So it really is an abundant supply in either the marine collagen, because they're both same sizes at 5 grams each serving, or in the free range. And an incredible value. So you're a little over 20 cents a serving in the free range at 5 grams a serving. It's, of course, even less expensive if you go with a smaller serving size when you scoop it out. And it's just double that in marine. Simple math to do. So notwithstanding the crazy price escalations for marine collagen, we have really done our best to hold price. And we have never done what other companies have done. Quality has always been word one for us. We have never compromised the quality of our marine collagen peptides. All we have done in the over a decade that we've provided that product is improved its quality, improved its purity, improved its taste, improved its solubility. The same with our free range. So both of these products are impeccable products in terms of what they are and what they can deliver. And if you're someone like me early this morning, you were here in Colorado, maybe you see the mountains behind me. This is where I love to spend my summers. It's a little hot in Henderson, Nevada this time of year, and I love to run and bike and hike, so I was out hiking today. So it is critically important to me that I give my body what it needs to take care of my joints. I'm active every single day of my life without exception. So that activity requires a certain responsibility on my part. I need to take care of my joints. Muriel, on the other hand, as much as she's active and loves her joints and loves to take care of her joints, she's fallen in love with the beauty properties of these ingredients and the fact that she loves the fact that she feels it's smoothed out the skin in her face and on her body, that her skin is more radiant as a result of this. So that's the sort of things that I encourage everyone to read in the reviews on these products. And the reviews for my products, one of the most common comments I hear is that you must remove the bad reviews, because our reviews, if you look at all of our products overall, I think we're approaching 100,000 reviews. Those 100,000 reviews are over 90% 5-star reviews. They average between 4.6 and 4.7. Even funnily enough, on Marine Collagen, the only bad reviews on the product, or most of them, were when I introduced it a decade ago. And it didn't taste as good as it does now. Well, now it has no taste. Back then, it had a little bit of a fishy taste. And again, what are the reviews for? They're so you could share your experience with others, but also share it with me. Because as the manufacturer, what did I do? I went to work and I corrected that product. If you tasted my product from 12 years ago versus today, unrecognizable. Today, virtually no taste. You can put it in a glass of water. You might not even notice it in the water at all. Whereas back in the day, you kind of notice it a little bit. So we pay careful attention to the reviews. You should pay careful attention to the reviews because they're highly informative. And I must say, they're extremely well written. So it's an opportunity to really get even greater insights in an ingredient like this. For me, I try to focus on the science. And as I was saying before, collagen peptides. Collagen, unfortunately, even if it's available in our diet, in our food supply, not absorbable. You need to make sure that you break that collagen down into dipeptides, tripeptides, into fragments, oligopeptides that are sufficiently small in size to be absorbed, but sufficiently large that they still retain their identity as a collagen peptide. Thus, they play the role for structure of the collagen in your body, and they play that signaling role to stimulate. When we get older, our body gets lazy, and we really want to make sure that our body gets a message that it's a good idea to stimulate the creation of these critical structural proteins that are structural proteins for all of the vital organs in our body, from our liver, our kidneys, our heart, our lungs. But also, we tend to focus on the structural and the comfort role it plays with our joints and the external beauty role it plays in our skin and nails. So collagen peptides are something that obviously, as the principal structural protein in our body, and also as a component that is not absorbable in and of itself in food as such, as collagen peptides, we had to figure out a way to naturally make it absorbable. And that's what we didn't directly figure out. We worked with folks in Japan who really are the experts, and we've been working with them for almost 2 decades, who really are the experts on collagen peptides. There are cheaper sources of collagen peptides out there. There are sources that are going to be smaller servings, that won't be as soluble, that won't taste as good. But if you want to give your body objectively what is the finest source in all respects of whether marine collagen peptides, still at an incredible value, given that the cost of collagen peptides has almost quadrupled since the day I first discovered them. But our price has not quadrupled, it hasn't even tripled. Maybe has gone up double in that time, with the raw material source quadrupling over 12 years. And our free range, of course, ends up becoming half the price. So it's an opportunity for anyone who's budget sensitive or just wants the free range. As I said, I do a scoop of each. A lot of folks do a half a scoop of each. So you get to blend the price and really save. So whichever one provides the source that you want, regardless, we all need to focus on the collagen in our body. As I said before, we talk about how important protein is to us. And certainly protein is important to the structure of our body. Our muscles are made of it. It's a critical ingredient. Our enzymes are made from it. But the principal protein in our body is collagen. It plays that critical structural role in every vital organ in our body. So if you want to deliver collagen peptides in a fashion, probably hear the dogs barking in the background, in a fashion that's going to be usable, absorbable, beneficial, that is complicated science.